Hey guys, good day, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. So once again, welcome to our SOAIR Cybersecurity Guide, and this is section 3, week 2. For this week, we'll be dealing with the networking essentials, and on our syllabus, we're having the networking for cybersecurity, OCI/TCP IP models, IP addressings, DNS and routing basics, understanding ports and protocol, which is the HTTP, HTTPS, FTP, and SSH. Then we have our assignment, which is to map out your home network and list devices within the IP addresses. So firstly, what is networking in cybersecurity? Networking is the backbone of cybersecurity as it involves the exchange of data between systems. Understanding networking concepts is essential for protecting systems and data from cyber threat. Networking knowledge is essential for effective cybersecurity. By securing networks, professionals can safeguard systems from threat, ensure reliable communication, and protect sensitive data. Mastering network concepts and tools is a critical step in becoming proficient in cybersecurity. Here is an overview of networking in the context of cybersecurity. Firstly, we have the data transmission security. Networks are the pathway for data. Securing this ensures data integrity and data confidentiality. The next one is the threat monitoring. Analyzing network traffic helps detect malicious activities like unauthorized access or attack. The next is the incident response. Understanding network aids in tracing, isolating, and mitigating cyber attacks. What is the OSI/TCP IP model? The OSI, meaning the Open System Interconnection model, and the TCP/IP, which is the Transmission Control Protocol for Internet Protocol models, are frameworks that describe how data is transmitted over a network. Here is a breakdown of each model. Firstly, the OSI model, which is the Open System Interconnection model. The OSI model has several layers that describe the functions involved in network communications. It provides a standard for how different networking systems interact. What are the layers of the OSI? We have the physical layer, we have the data layer, we have the network layer, we have the transport layer, we have the session layer, we have the presentation layer, and we have the application layer. The TCP/IP model, which is the Transmission Control Protocol and the Internet Protocol, is a simpler model which has 4 layers designed specifically for practical internet communication. What are the 4 layers of the TCP/IP model? We have the link layer, which is the network interface. We have the internet layer. We have the transport layer. We have the application layer. In comparison of the OSI and the TCP/IP model, so if we are comparing by their features, which is, for example, their layers. The OSI model has 7 layers, while the TCP/IP model has 4 layers. If we are comparing by their development, the OSI model was developed theoretically using a theoretical framework, while the TCP/IP model was developed by practical implementation. What is the focus of the OSI? Its focus is standardization, while the TCP is the internet communications. If we are looking at the features of the application layers under the OSI, is divided into 3 layers, which is the application, presentation, and session. While on the application layer for the TCP/IP model, we have the single application layer. If we are comparing by the transport protocol feature, the OSI model is not protocol specific, but the TCP/IP model has the TCP and the UDP. TCP meaning the Transmission Control Protocol and the UDP meaning the User Datagram Protocol. What is IP addressing? IP addressing is the method used to identify devices on a network. Each device on a network is assigned a unique IP address. to enable communications with other devices. What are the types of IP addressing? We have the IPv4 and we have the IPv6. What is the IP? Internet Protocol version 4 and Internet Protocol version 6. For the IPv4, Internet Protocol version 4 has 32 bits address written in dotted decimal format. E.g., we have the 192.168.11, which ranges from 0.0.0.0 to 255.255 to 0.255.255. By structure, they are divided into two parts. How about the IPv6, which is the Internet Protocol version 6? The format is in a 128-bit address written in hexadecimal format, e.g. 2011:ODB8:8583:0000:8A2E:0370734. Why was IPv6 invented? It was designed to replace IPv4 due to a shortage of available IP addresses. What is DNS? That is the domain name system. The domain name system is like the internet phone book. It translates human readable domain names, e.g. www.google.com, into IP addresses, having examples of 142.250.190.14 that computers use to communicate with each other. What are the features or components of the DNS domain name system? Firstly, it has the DNS resolver. The first step is the DNS query process responsible for finding the IP address. The next one is the root servers. That is the top level directory of the DNS, directing queries to TLD servers. What are the TLD servers? They manage domains ending with a specific extension, such as .com, .org, .edu, .ng, or .net. We have the authoritative name servers, which provide the final answer to the DNS query, hosting domain-specific information. Next one, we have the zone files, which contains mappings of domain names to IP addresses within a DNS server. What is routing basics? Routing is the process of determining the path that data packets takes to reach their destination across a network. In the context of cybersecurity, understanding routing is critical because secure and efficient routing ensures the integrity, availability, and confidentiality of data as it travels across interconnected networks. At this level of cybersecurity, I believe we are not just new to the CIA triad. Confidentiality, meaning that your information is private and only authorized users can have access to them. How about the integrity? It ensures the potency of your information, meaning that your information is not altered. How about availability? Meaning that your information or data is accessible to you any point in time. What is routing? Routing involves moving data packets from a source to a destination across multiple networks. Routers are the devices responsible for this task, using routing tables and protocol to make decisions about the best path. Understanding ports and protocol. What are the various ports and protocol? We have the HTTP, which is the Hypertext Transfer Protocol. We have the HTTPS, which is the Hypertext Transfer Protocol Secure. We have the FTP, which is the File Transfer Protocol. And we have the SSH, which is the Secure Shell. Hypertext Transfer Protocol. HTTP stands for that, and it is the foundation of data communication on the World Wide Web, which is the www. Allowing the transfer of information such as text, images, videos, and other multimedia between a client, which is the browser, and a server. What protocol does it follow? It's a set of rules that govern how data is transmitted over the web. The client-server model. The client, which is the browser, sends an HTTP request to the server. The server processes the request and responds with an HTTP response containing the requested resources, e.g., a web page. Next is the stateless. Each HTTP request is independent, meaning the protocol does not retain any information about previous requests. To maintain user sessions, e.g. the login or credentials, additional mechanisms like cookies or session tokens are used. How about the HTTPS? HTTPS, which is the Hypertext Transfer Protocol Secure. This is a secure version of HTTP, used to transfer or transmit data over the web in a way that ensures the CIA triad, which is the confidentiality, integrity, and availability. HTTPS is a critical standard for ensuring secure communication between a user's browser, which is the client, and a web server. Encryption. Data is encrypted using protocols like SSL, which is the secure socket layer, or the TLS, which is the transport layer security. Prevents unauthorized access or interception by encrypting the data during transmission. Then we have the authentication. Verifies the identity of the server through digital certificate, e.g. the TLS certificate or the SSL certificate, which ensures users are connecting to legitimate websites and not malicious ones. The data integrity. It protects data from being altered or corrupted during transmission, guarantees that the data received by the client matches what was sent by the server. File Transfer Protocol. The FTP or the File Transfer Protocol is a standard network protocol used for transferring files between a client and a server over a network. It is one of the oldest protocols for file transfer on the internet and is widely used for uploading, downloading, and managing files on remote servers. Client-server model. The FTP operates using a client-server architecture where, firstly, the client receives files, and secondly, the server stores and provides access to the files. The two modes of operation. Active mode. The client opens a random port for receiving data and the server initiates the connection, while the passive mode, the server opens a port for data transfer and the client initiates the connection. Authentication. FTP typically requires a username and password for access. Some server allows anonymous FTP where users can log in without credentials. Then we have the SSH, which is the secure shell. SSH stands for Secure Shell. It's a cryptographic network protocol used for securely accessing and managing devices over a network, particularly remote servers. The SSH provides a secure channel for executing commands and transferring files between a client and a server. The secure communication. The SSH encrypts the data exchange between the client and the server, ensuring that sensitive information, which is the password or commands, is protected from interception or eavesdropping. Then we have the authentication. SSH uses robust authentication methods such as passwords or cryptographic key pairs to verify the identity of both the client and the server. The command execution. SSH allows remote execution of commands on a server, enabling system administrators to manage servers without being physically present. So yeah guys, your assignment for this week is to map your home network and list devices with their various IP addresses. You understand your home network, you map your home network and list devices and their IP addresses. Thank you very much.